Hey there. Welcome back to another episode of the Learn English Quick podcast. Boost your language skills. I'm your host, Paul Hauser. And today we're diving into a topic that affects all of us. Nutrition myths debunked, common misconceptions about nutrition and diet. With so much information out there about food and diet, it's easy to get confused. What should we eat? What shouldn't we eat? What's true and what's just a myth? Today, we'll talk about some of the most common misconceptions around nutrition and diet. And don't worry, we're keeping things simple and friendly, just like always. So grab a comfy seat, maybe even a glass of water or a healthy snack, and let's start debunking these myths. Let's start with a big one. Carbs make you fat. This is something we hear all the time, right? People say, if you want to lose weight, stay away from bread, pasta, and all those carbs. But this isn't exactly true. Carbohydrates, or carbs, are one of the main sources of energy for our bodies. Our brains and muscles need carbs to function properly. The problem comes when we eat too many processed carbs, like white bread, sugary snacks, or junk food. These can lead to weight gain if we eat too much of them. But not all carbs are bad. In fact, there are many healthy carbs like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables that are good for us. Think of carbs like fuel for your car. If you use good, high-quality fuel, your car runs well. If you put in bad fuel, it doesn't run as smoothly. So, the next time you hear someone say, no carbs, remember that good carbs like brown rice, oats, and whole wheat are great for keeping your body strong and healthy. So, the key is balance. Eat the right kind of carbs, and don't be afraid of them. Now, let's move on to another popular myth. Eating fat makes you fat. This one sounds like it makes sense, right? Fat in your food equals fat in your body. But the truth is, not all fats are bad for you. In fact, we need some fat to stay healthy. There are different kinds of fats. Some are good, and some are not so good. Good fats, like those found in avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fish, help our bodies function. They help absorb vitamins, give us energy, and even protect our organs. So, we shouldn't be afraid of these fats. The fats we want to avoid are trans fats and too much saturated fat. These are found in fried foods, processed snacks, and some fast foods. Eating too much of these can lead to weight gain and health problems, like heart disease. So, remember, eating the right kind of fat is important. Don't avoid all fats, just make sure you're choosing healthy ones like olive oil, nuts, and fish. Let's talk about another myth. Skipping meals helps you lose weight. A lot of people think that eating less or skipping meals, like breakfast or lunch, will help them lose weight faster. But guess what? This can actually make things worse. When we skip meals, our bodies go into starvation mode. This means our metabolism slows down, and our body starts to hold on to fat because it thinks we're not going to get enough food. It can also make us feel really hungry later, so we might end up overeating when we finally do eat. Instead of skipping meals, focus on eating balanced meals. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner should all have a good mix of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. That way, your body gets the fuel it needs throughout the day, and you won't feel super hungry later. Now, let's talk about something that's been really trendy lately: organic food. A lot of people believe that you should only eat organic food if you want to be healthy. While organic food is grown without synthetic pesticides and chemicals, this doesn't mean that non-organic food is unhealthy. In fact, non-organic fruits and vegetables still have all the vitamins and nutrients that our bodies need. Organic food can be a great option, but it can also be more expensive, and not everyone can afford it. The most important thing is that you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables, whether they're organic or not. So, don't stress too much about whether something is labeled organic. What matters most is that you're eating a variety of healthy foods. Here's a myth that can be really confusing. you need to take a lot of supplements to be healthy? Nowadays, you see all kinds of ads for vitamins and supplements that claim to be essential for good health. But do we really need all these extra pills? The truth is, if you're eating a balanced diet, you can get most of the vitamins and nutrients you need from food. A healthy diet full of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains gives your body everything it needs to function. Supplements are usually only necessary if you have a medical condition or if a doctor tells you to take them. So, before you go out and buy a bunch of supplements, remember that real food is the best source of nutrition. Focus on eating a variety of healthy foods, and your body will get what it needs. Another big myth is about detox diets. You've probably seen ads for detox teas or juice cleanses that claim to cleanse your body and remove toxins. But here's the reality. Your body already has everything it needs to cleanse itself. Your liver, kidneys, and digestive system work together to remove waste and toxins from your body naturally. You don't need a special detox diet to do this. In fact, detox diets can sometimes be harmful because they often involve eating very little or only drinking juices, which means you're not getting the nutrients your body needs. Instead of doing a detox, just focus on eating a healthy, balanced diet with lots of water, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Your body will take care of the rest. Here's a myth that's become really popular recently: gluten-free diets are healthier. For people with celiac disease or gluten intolerance, avoiding gluten is important because their bodies can't process it. But for most people, gluten is not harmful. In fact, gluten is found in many healthy foods like whole grains, which are a good source of fiber and other nutrients. Going gluten-free is not necessarily healthier unless you have a medical reason to do so. In fact, many gluten-free products can be highly processed and full of extra sugar or fat to make up for the lack of gluten. So, unless your doctor tells you to avoid gluten, it's perfectly fine to enjoy whole grains like wheat, barley, and rye. They're great for your health. And that's it for today's episode on Nutrition Myths Debunked. We've covered some of the most common misconceptions about food and diet, and I hope this helped clear up some of the confusion. Remember, eating healthy doesn't have to be complicated. It's all about balance, variety, and making smart choices. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Learn English Quick podcast. Boost your language skills. I'm your host, Paul Hauser, and I hope you found this episode both helpful and interesting. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.